Eagles 37, Bills 34, an overtime thriller in Philadelphia. Let's hop right in, as always, to the scoring by quarter. So, if we look at this, you see it was 17-7 at halftime. The Bills got 17 points in the second quarter, which is incredible. Then they started to play this little game of cat and mouse. The Eagles got a touchdown. The Bills got a touchdown. The Eagles got a touchdown. The Bills threw an interception. The Eagles got a touchdown. Then the Bills got a touchdown and take a 3-point lead late in the fourth quarter. So, what happens next for the Eagles? Well, they have to lead a drive to get a game-tying field goal or a game-winning touchdown. They get up at the field goal range. Jason Kelce gets 2 false starts. It's a 59-yard field goal in the pouring rain. And Jake Elliott, my man, nails it. Absolutely a bonkers kick in the pouring rain. And then overtime comes around. And you have the Bills get the ball first. It is 3rd down and 7. They've converted 6 of these up to this point. Josh Allen chucks it to the end zone and miscommunication with the receiver who was wide open, and it's incomplete. The Philadelphia Eagles get the ball back, march down the field, and score to win. That being said, this game was absolutely incredible. So much fun to watch if you watched it. The fourth quarter and overtime were just so entertaining little quarters of football. And that may have been the best 25 minutes of football you'll see all season by both teams, really. There were a few mistakes, and it ended up being game costing. So you had the Bills on that final drive, and for me, this is what separates them from the elite teams. Is the elite teams don't have that miscommunication in the most crucial part of the game when you have a wide open receiver in the end zone. Elite teams don't have that. The Bills did. The Bills are not an elite team. I think they're a good team. They could make the playoffs and they could win a playoff game or two. But I don't even think the Bills will make the playoffs. 6-6, tough to make the playoffs in the AFC, especially because they still have Kansas City, Dallas, and Los Angeles left on their schedule. The Eagles are 10-1. They are comfortably sitting atop the AFC, and the Eagles are an elite team. They're the best team in the NFL. Here's why. The Eagles, what do they do differently? They don't make the simple mistakes. Jason Kelce had 2. That's very rare from Jason Kelce, and we all know that. The Eagles do not make the simple mistakes, that the little tiny mistakes that the Bills do. The Eagles are a much more well-coached team. They're much more put together, and the Eagles just have a winning culture. They are they don't get scared. They know how to win. And people say, oh, the Eagles 10-1, they're a finesse team. They get in these games, they really should be losing. They just pull it out. When you do it 10 times, that gets to the point where you realize, okay, maybe this team is actually just good at finding a way to win in the fourth quarter or the third quarter or whenever it is. And that's what the Eagles are. They just always find a way to win the game. They're 10-1. I think they deserve to be 10-1. I think they easily should be 11-0. The Bills are 6-6, and honestly, in that overtime, they played like a 6-6 team. All the way down there, and then they throw an interception. So for Buffalo, they fall to, I think, the 10th seed after that loss, which is very tough. But the Eagles, for this game, why did they win in overtime? Here's the thing for me, poise. Jalen Hurts was much more poised than Josh Allen in the overtime. And really the whole game. Jalen Hurts, it was like, I believe, 2nd and 17, or whatever it was, long down and distance, going for a game-winning touchdown. He didn't throw the ball. He tucked it and ran. He got 7 yards. That set up a game-winning drive. That is what the poised quarterbacks do. They don't think about the big play. Josh Allen has great arm talent, great leg talent. But Jalen Hurts, great arm talent, great leg talent. He decides to just go. Improvised elite decision-making. That's what Jalen Hurts did. And if we took a look at the stats for these quarterbacks here, Jalen Hurts went 18-31 for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns to 1 interception, and 96.2 rating. Josh Allen went 29-51, 30-39 yards, 2 touchdowns to 1 interception, and 82.1 rating. The key stat here is the pass attempts. The Bills are 1-4 in games where Josh Allen has over 40 pass attempts. He had 51 today. The Bills overworked Josh Allen. The Eagles had their run game with DeAndre Swift so dangerous and so effective. The Bills' number 1 running back, James Cook, he had 43 yards. DeAndre Swift had 80 yards, and DeAndre Swift had 14 carries for 80 yards. James Cook had 16 for 43. They needed to use Latavius Murray and Ty Johnson more because they were working James Cook a lot. Latavius Murray still had 9 for 30 and Ty Johnson 6 for 19. But Josh Allen had way too many pass attempts. There is something in the coaching. And the average 9 yards per completion. But he only completed around 3/5 of his passes, like 60%, which is good. I mean, 60% isn't that bad, but Josh Allen can't be throwing that many passes in a game. And he had 43 in the fourth quarter, so it's not like all that came in overtime. He had 43 pass attempts in the fourth quarter. Jalen Hurts, on the other hand, 31 pass attempts. They gave the ball to DeAndre Swift 14 times. He got 80 yards on those 14 times. And I mean, that was the difference maker in this game. The Eagles' run game was so deadly. DeAndre Swift had that huge tear in the overtime, and that was a huge factor in them winning this game. And that's just the thing with the Eagles, is they have a winning culture. They always find a way to win. And that's what elite teams do. And that's what the Philadelphia Eagles did today in overtime. Their defense came through. They stopped the fourth down. I mean, they really didn't. That should have been a touchdown. But the offense said, we'll take it from here. You put the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands, and they win the game. Josh Allen, he almost won the game, but almost isn't going to cut it in the playoffs or the NFL. Jalen Hurts did exactly what he needed to do. He didn't go for the deep ball. He didn't try to build trouble with the defense and get too antsy. They weren't scared, and they marched down the field slowly but surely, and they scored a touchdown to win the game in overtime. And my final point I want to leave you on today, real quickly though, before I give this final point, if you enjoy this game review, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it. It makes my day every single time I see I gain a subscriber. If you made it to the end and you like this content, then maybe, this is rushed because the game just happened. I'm trying to get the review out, but if you like this kind of content, then check out my other content. I'm definitely going to be making a game preview for the Eagles-Niners game, I can tell you that much. Hopefully more, maybe not, but I enjoy making this stuff, and I enjoy seeing the responses that I get to it. So thank you for all the love that I've been getting on the videos recently. I'm getting a lot of support recently, more than I usually do. But with that being said, my final point. In overtime, 100% of the time, when the two teams get the ball, the team that is more focused, poised, and smart will win the game every single time. You could have Chiefs and Patriots, and if the Chiefs are antsy and the Patriots are playing focused, smart football, and they both get a chance, the Patriots will win that game in overtime. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? But that is just the reality of overtime, is the more poised, focused, and smart team always wins. Not necessarily the one with the biggest explosion play or the biggest arm at quarterback. The poised, smart team. If both teams get a chance to see the ball, the poised, smart team will always win. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy, again, leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. It's completely free, and I'll see you guys next time on SNS.